I don't know where I am or how I got here, but I never want to leave. Not only is he known as the Godfather of Airguns, he's the Godfather of Stranger Guns. It's Tom Gaylord, who spent the last 50 years amassing the most impressive collection of strange guns we've ever seen. Tom, we tasked you with bringing us the 5 strangest guns you've ever seen. What do you have for us today?
Well, John, I've got a number of them for you. Why don't we start with the Makarov right by you?
Russian Makarov.
Yes. Now that's a Makarov 380 firearm. It was a sidearm of the Soviet Army for many years. I just checked it to make sure it's empty.
Safety first.
Safety first. It's a wonderful firearm, double action. It's very much like a Walther PP. So nice is it that Airguns have copied the Makarov many times. One of the most popular today is this Umarex Makarov BB pistol.
I recognize it.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Sure. Runs on CO2. It's a repeater, and it looks amazingly similar to the Makarov firearm.
So what do you have that's strange?
Okay, these two aren't strange.
No.
What's strange is that the Russians, and I brought it in the box because this is how it would come, and this is how the Makarov firearm would come.
This is how it's smuggled in.
This is how they send them out of the factory, the IZH factory. This is a Makarov BB pistol that's made out of a Makarov 9mm firearm.
That is truly strange. This is an actual Makarov.
Yes.
Converted
to a BB pistol. Our American tobacco and firearms people looked at it for a while and they decided they did not want a BB pistol that had been made on a firearm. Opinions run from you can't convert it back to it's real easy and it doesn't take any special tools. I can't swear whether you can or you can't. I don't. This is still a BB pistol. But what's strange about it is it's made out of a firearm.
The Russian Baikal Makarov, once a firearm, turned into a BB pistol. The question remains, could it be turned into a firearm again? We'll never know. What else do you have for us, Tom?
Well, the next one I want to show, John, is this. It's a Scan carbine. That's S-K-A-N. It's a 16-shot repeater.
Wow.
And it's a pump gun. To repeat, you pull the forearm back.
Okay.
And it sends this rotary magazine around to the next chamber. And this gun, not this particular one, but one like it, has the distinction of being the most accurate pellet gun I ever shot.
The most accurate pellet gun Tom Gaylord has ever shot?
Yes.
A Scan?
Yes. I put 5 pellets into a group so tight it had no measurement. It was 0.0 at 40 yards.
That's quite the distinction.
It'll never happen again.
So this is a PCP, correct?
It is, yes.
Where's the cartridge?
Stores the air in the butt. And that's the filler right there.
And then 16 round. Now there's double stacks on this.
Yeah.
So the idea is I get 16 rounds.
We flip it
over. I get 16 more. So PCP.
Right.
And see that we got the canister must be carved out.
Yes.
Probably a pretty small tank.
Pretty small.
I got a question. The probe, the pellet probe. How does that work with a cylinder design stacked like that?
It isn't easy, is it? Actually have a little arm inside the center of this circular magazine that when you pump the handle back, it pushes the pellet forward into the breech.
Truly a strange design.
Very much.
Scan.
S-K-A-N. British made.
British made? What year would this?
Mid to late 90s.
Mid to late 90s, the Scan.
Yes. When you're done with your 16 shots, you take out the magazine, flip it over, put it back in.
Get 16 more.
16 more.
Truly a strange gun, Tom. So what other curiosities do you have for me today?
Well, I've got this one. High score Model 800 pellet pistol. This model was made from the late 1940s until the 1960s. This is a later one.
Okay, excellent. High score. Now, there's some strange things on this gun. First of all, where do I load the gun?
You can't find it?
I'm seeing a hole here, but that makes no sense.
It's really not a hole. If you look real close, it's kind of shuttered. Twist a little bit to your counterclockwise.
You load it from behind.
Isn't that something?
That is strange.
Now, what's really strange about this gun, John, is when we cock it, you load the pistol here, and then when you cock the pistol, the piston is brought up here, compressing the mainspring. When you fire, the piston comes backwards, the air rushes in front of the piston, turns 180 degrees, and goes up the barrel.
That is so counterintuitive. I'm shooting this way, the air's going this way.
The air's going this way, and then turning around.
It. That is bizarre. I can't imagine why this isn't still around today in production.
Well, you know, interestingly, the British actually copied this. They called it the Phoenix, as in rising from the ashes. But this is the one people want.
Wow.
This
and the name
is American
again?
made. High score.
High score, model
800 in this case. The earliest one was a model 700. I haven't got one of those to show you.
Incredible.
So, John, if you're walking through a pawn shop and you come across one of these, what do you think you should give for it?
Ooh, $150.
Not bad. Not bad. They range in value from guns that barely shoot, they go for $80 to $100, to guns that are like new in the box that sometimes go over $200. $150 would be a fair price for one in this condition, which is, I would say, excellent.
For what you've detailed, that would be worth every penny to have in my collection.
Oh,
this
it's
is
fun.
Incredible. Yeah. So I love these pistols, Tom, but I'm more of a rifle man myself.
What, like Chuck Connors?
Any relation to Chuck Norris?
You're not as old as you look.
No, I'm not.
Yes, I have a rifle for you, but I'm going to start with a firearm because what I have is a look-alike.
Okay.
You have any idea what that is? Most people wouldn't know.
No.
No, most people wouldn't know. That is an Egyptian Hakim.
Hakim.
Yes, it's an 8mm semi-automatic 10-shot battle rifle. Now, here's the deal. What makes this rifle, this firearm, strange is the Germans, when they left Africa, left tens, if not hundreds of millions of rounds of 8mm ammunition behind.
Okay.
So at the end of the war, every country in the world wanted a semi-automatic battle rifle because of the Garand, how successful it was. The Egyptians went to the Swedes and they said, we would like to buy your Jungmann design. Can we convert it to 8mm? So the Swedes took their plant to Egypt and they converted the 6.5 Swedish Jungmann to 8mm.
Wow.
Now let me show you how strange this is. How would you cock a semi-automatic rifle? Most people pull something back.
Bolts.
Yeah, no. You push it forward. Just the opposite of what you think. And I'm going to take this magazine off. And then you pull it back. Now, when I go all the way back, watch here. I'm not going to put my... It's kind of quick, folks.
Wow.
If you think M1 thumb is bad, you don't ever want to get in the way of that.
So
This is a beautiful rifle. It's very accurate. And since the Egyptians didn't know what kind of 8mm ammo they would be using, because once they shot up all the stuff that was left over, they would buy from other countries around the world. They put an adjuster right here.
Okay.
And you can adjust the gas flow so this can run powerful this can run powerful machine gun ammo, or it can run weaker ammo from country to country. So it's a rifle you can adjust. The problem is it's made like a watch and it's operating in desert sand.
that would be a problem.
Not so good. Yeah, they got rid of this in about 10 years. They went to their own design. They scaled it down. The 8mm round was too powerful. They went to the Soviet 7.62 by 39, and they scaled everything down, and they came out with what they call the Rashid, which is extremely desirable as well. But while this was their main battle rifle, they went to the Anschutz company in 1954, and they had Anschutz build this, the Hakim trainer.
On-shoot's a very famous, storied airgun maker.
They are.
Let me ask you really quick, a Hakim,
Yes.
what do they go for if you find one today?
One in this condition is bringing $800 to $900 these days.
Okay.
A shooter will bring $600, but since most 8mm ammunition is corrosive, a lot of the bores have gone.
Had problems.
Yes,
So this is the trainer version,
it is.
made by On-Shoots.
They made 2,800 of these in 1954 and 55.
Wow.
And in Arabic, it gives that date back here. And
I
it
see
also,
the writing here, yeah.
They also have the symbol above the loading tap there of the,
So I got a skull up here.
that's right. So that's their Army symbol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they have the year of manufacture on there.
Not daisies and tulips, huh?
It's an under lever. You pull down on the under lever and then the loading tap opens automatically and you can load a pellet. It's a 22 caliber and I actually brought some pellets so we can shoot it if you want.
Wow, yeah, and On-Shoots from the, you say the 50s?
1954, 55.
Wow.
You know, the funny thing is, not only did the Egyptians buy this pellet rifle, but they also bought from Beretta a 10-shot semi-automatic 22 rimfire trainer for the Hakim.
Wow.
So they had two different trainers.
This is incredible. And how many did you say they probably made?
They made about 2,800 of them, but what you're looking at is a gun that has been completely restocked by a...
There can't be that many of those left.
They look terrible. They look like they've been used for pole climbing practice by lumberjacks because they weren't owned by any soldier. They were owned by the company. They might have had one gun and they just threw it around. And
So this must be incredibly rare.
pretty rare.
What would something like the Hakim trainer, if you could find one, how much would you have to spend to buy it, do you think?
Care to take a guess?
Wow. I'm going to say probably over 1,000.
Actually, Navy Arms brought these in the 1980s and 90s and sold them for $60 a piece. I was buying them by the 4-pack
Right.
at that price. They were filled with sand, they were terrible, but you'd clean them up and eventually one might look like this. They sell these days for in the $275 to $450 range, a lot cheaper than you'd think.
Wow. Well, I look forward to shooting this.
You'll love it, John. It's incredibly accurate.
Excellent.
It's an On-Shoots.
It's an On-Shoots. My only question is, how many Hakims own a Hakim in the world? So Tom, you showed me a lot of strange guns, but I tasked you with bringing me the strangest gun you have, and I know that we're down to this gun. So you're telling me this is the strangest gun you've ever seen?
It is. This is the strangest gun I have, and I have to start with the firearm. This is a K31
Okay, I thought it looked familiar.
Swiss battle rifle. It's 7.5 by 55 Swiss,
Okay.
approximately like our American 30-06 round. It's a bolt action rifle, but instead of pulling up and back, it's a straight pull. That opens the bolt. There's a little cam inside that makes the bolt do what it has to do.
Okay.
All right?
Now this is the same era of like the Mosins, the K98s, right? World War II?
That's correct. Yep. From World War II up until the 1950s, maybe even the 60s.
Okay.
Well, the Swiss, being Swiss, they wanted their trainer too, just
Okay.
like other countries do. But what they did was they built their trainer on their battle rifle. So the soldier could actually have the trainer in the rifle that he carried.
So you've already shown us a trainer earlier, but what you're saying is they built the trainer to work with the
Inside
fire.
this. That's right.
Wow.
You want to see it?
Absolutely.
All right. This trainer was made by Hamerly.
Okay.
Hamerly,
We know the name, yeah.
now owned by Walter.
Yep.
But before, Hamerly was probably the finest maker of firearms in the world.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And they made this insert,
Let's see this.
which is, believe it or not, a BB gun. And we're going to put it inside this K31 and turn this 7.5 rifle into a BB gun.
So this internals is a working BB gun that fits
Yes.
perfectly in the K31.
Yes, sir, it does.
Incredible.
Like a Swiss watch.
Precise is what you're saying.
Exactly. Let me show you how it works. We'll take out the bolt.
Okay.
And
Guess
we'll
we're putting that in.
slide this in. It goes right up the barrel like you would imagine. This has got to line up. There you go. All right. Have to take out the magazine because it won't go in with the magazine in.
Okay.
There. And then this cam, push down,
Clip it in.
locks it in place, and now it's a BB gun.
Watching that, I could tell what you said. It was precise. You could tell it just fit like a glove.
It does. As a matter of fact, it fits so well that the trainer only works in a certain serial number range of K-31s.
Because of how precise it was.
They changed the trigger a little bit, and it doesn't work in some of them.
Now I got a question, Tom. That barrel was fairly long, but I'm assuming that doesn't go the full length.
It does not,
right.
no.
But enough that it's
Well, first of all, it's centered because after all, this is Swiss.
okay.
Second, they have two bushings on that brass barrel that are made of wrapped twine. Precision wrapped twine, I might add. And those are keeping the barrel centered inside the 7.5 bore.
So it only needs to go far enough to keep that center, so when you fire it, no problem.
To get the BB going in a straight line. And this is not a single shot, this is a 6-shot repeater.
What?
Yes.
Where's the 6 shots being held?
Okay, the 6 shots are held up here. We rotate this,
Okay.
and you pour your 6 shots in there, rotate that closed, and then when you cock the gun, you elevate the muzzle a little bit, and
Like
you
your
get
old Red
gravity
Ryder.
feed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Incredible. Truly the strangest gun I've ever seen. A trainer, your K-31.
I'm not done. A K-31 like this, and this one has the name of the owner inside the butt, as they often did in the Swiss Army,
Okay.
in this condition is worth around $600.
Just, okay, good condition
The rifle,
K-31
firearm.
rifle. Right.
The trainer, which is that little dinky thing, $1,000.
Wow. But I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be that many trainers left in the
No,
world.
no, not that many, and in the box. I have to tell you, John, what makes this the strangest gun I ever saw, I bought it, I paid close to $1,000.
Okay.
It wasn't working. I found it jammed full of BBs, because all BB guns are jammed full of BBs. That's why they don't work. And
Okay.
then I found the trigger didn't work. The sear in this trainer is 2 ball bearings standing one on top of the other. And they have to separate by a few hundredths of an inch so one of the ball bearings can fall and the trainer can fire. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea how difficult it is to machine parts that fit like what you just saw and then have 2 ball bearings stand on top of each other. It's almost impossible.
I can only imagine there's a handful of people that could have fixed that.
Well, I'm pretty sure the guy who designed it went crazy. He must have. How could you be sane and do work like that?
Incredible. Tom, you've answered all my questions except for one.
What's that?
Can I shoot it?
Certainly.
Excellent.